Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. This is the full review of the Huawei Mate 20X. This phone was released in November 2018 and I bought it around 3 weeks ago. So I've used it for a good 2.5 weeks and I'll let you guys know my thoughts. Um, so let's get into the main features about this. It has a 7.2-inch diagonal display with a resolution of 2244 by 1080, which translates to a 346 pixels per inch density. Has an 18 by 7.9 aspect ratio for display. It has Android 9.0, which is the newest software to date, with Huawei's own EMUI 9. It has its own chipset, which they call it high silicon Kirin 980. It's a 7 nanometer chip. It's an octa-core, and it uses the latest GPU, the Mali G76MP10. All the latest specs in 2019. It has a SIM card slot on the left side right here. It's a dual SIM, the global version, and you can put either two SIMs in there. Both work with 4G, by the way, and or just use one SIM card, which I have, and use expanded with the storage up to 256 gigabytes. The caveat on this phone is that you have to use Huawei's proprietary nano SD card, as they call it, and as you could probably tell, it's more expensive than the usual one. The most expensive one is $160. So if you need upgrade storage, which by the way, this comes with the global version comes with 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of internal storage, which for most people will be fine. And the Chinese version comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage, which you can again expand if you desire to. Now here on the front, if you can see that small, it's not really a notch, it's a teardrop. It has a, let me see, it's a 24 megapixel f2.0 wide angle camera with you can shoot up to 1080p 30 frames per second, so no 4K on the front. On the back you have a Leica triple camera. Don't be fooled by this one right here, that's just a flash. You have a triple camera with the main one being 40 megapixels f1.8 wide angle. Then you have a secondary, which is the 20 megapixels f2.2 ultra wide, which you can take pretty much a wider view of a picture. And you have an 8 megapixel f2.4 telephoto lens, which you can get up to 5x optical zoom. The great thing about this phone is it has dual speakers. Now, with an iPhone or even Samsung phones, you have like one speaker on the bottom and one on the earpiece. Well, on this phone, you have one speaker on the bottom, not the earpiece. Earpiece is just an earpiece, and one speaker on top, right here, which is, sounds good. I honestly was more hyped about it. Like, I figured it was gonna be amazing, like the HEC boom sound, but it's not that great. But it still gets loud. It's a decent speaker. I would rather have two speakers than just one. So, all right, let's go. Here on the bottom, you have a USB Type-C, which is good nowadays. I mean, everybody should use it. You have, let me see, you have two mics on the bottom, one next to the speaker and one next to the USB-C port. You see the two antenna lines right there. On the right-hand side, you have a power button, which has like a red accent, which is a nice touch. And you have your volume rockers up and down. On the top, I'm sorry about that. On the top, you have your headphone jack, which becomes a rarity in 2019. You have your second speaker, and look at this. IR blaster, guys. Get your trolls level on. I love this feature. I like to tell a quick story. A week ago, I went to Applebee's, and I wanted to watch my Washington Capitals playoffs against the Hurricanes. Well, I was like, well, they weren't playing it, so I just like pulled out my phone, just switched the channels, and boom, there you go. I watched the Washington Capitals. So I was happy about that. And then on the left side, you only have the what's it called, the nano SIM card and nano SD card slot. So as you would think, with such a big display, you get a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. And I see that symbol right here, 49% of battery left. That's still, I charged it overnight, and it still has 49% left. I haven't even like plugged it in with the charger or anything. Now, since it has such a big battery, unfortunately, Huawei could not make a wireless charger option, unfortunately, because it's too big and a coil would be too hot, and it would just have a bunch of complications, and we don't want to have a blowout like the Galaxy Note 9, right? So, and as you can see, you have the fingerprint sensor in the back, so not a in-display fingerprint sensor, which I guess is fine. Because now, I don't know, like for me, I would rather have it in the back and function 100% of the time than have it up front and only work at 50%. So, but yeah, it's made out of aluminum, Corning Gorilla Glass 5, and this back. Now, a bunch of reviewers on YouTube, they say they like this like textured back. Like if you closely listen to it. Personally, I'm not a fan. Like if I hold this phone like this, like yeah, it feels premium, but at the same time, it's not as slippery, honestly. But I'm not a fan of this back. So what I use, well, easy fix obviously, clearly, is a case, and that's the case I've been using for since for after the first week I had it. So that's probably my favorite case because it has a magnet, it has this ring for because this is a big phone, so you just put your hand in there, use it for one-handed use if you want to, and at the same time you can pull it as a stand. So this is like my favorite case, and it protects the camera in the back, makes it nice and flush. Easy fingerprint sensor. One thing I do have to say that kind of sucks, or is very unfortunate, is you don't find many accessories for this phone. Yeah, there's like a couple smaller brands with the cases like this one, which is they're pretty cheap. They're only like $9, but you kind of have to like do research on before you buy things. You can be like go on Amazon, just type in accessories, and you find a bunch of it. Like yeah, there's a couple things, but it's not like the Galaxy S10 where it's just like every company makes cases for it. But I like this. It's from News Ego. I'm trying to drop a link in the description if I find it. But yeah, I like this case a lot, and so yeah, most likely, I mean, obviously, you buying this phone because of this nice. I mean, this display is just ridiculous. Like, yeah, it's just a full HD plus resolution, but it makes a 347 pixels per inch density, which really make it eye unless you compare it to a Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus or an iPhone XS Max right next to it. You won't be able to tell the big difference. Like, yeah, some things, like on the web browser, like the text is bigger or whatever. But at the same time, let's see what I've opened. Oh, they're my grades. Wow. Alright, here, let's get some soccer stuff going. It still looks crystal clear. I mean, there's no like individual pixels that you can find. It's just, you have to be looking really close. And unless you're a hardcore Samsung fan, you won't be disappointed at all because it still uses a Super AMOLED display. Everything looks crisp, and I mean the display is just a size of its own. Like I love it. Now let's look at some camera samples. Where's the cat one? Now, that's the one test shot I did with my cat at home, and just look at yourself. This camera is really good. Like, yeah, people saying, okay, Pixel 3 XL is the best camera, it has the best low light shots. And yeah, I didn't take any low light shots yet, but this camera is nice and crisp. There's no doubt about it. It's really fast. It works fine. There's a cactus. Let's see. You can easily even tell the small, I don't know what you call these in English, but yeah, you know what I mean, those small hairy things or whatever. So yeah, this camera is definitely, like, it's great. So, Yeah, so let's go through the software real quick. As you can tell, I'm having the uh, when you buy this phone, you don't get this app drawer. When you first buy it, you just get a screen of apps like an iPhone. It's like an Android version of an iPhone, which I'm not a fan of. So what you gotta do is you go into settings. La la la. Don't go there. How do you go there again? I think it's maybe display. Nope. Home screen. You go in home screen style, and it comes like that first, like standard. See? Now it's my messaging app there. Let's go back into the home screen style, and then I just chose drawer because I'm a old school user with Android, so I really like that very much. You know, it's more clean. All your apps here, and just whatever the main apps you want to have is here. So there you go. What else? Here in these toggles, you don't have all of them available on launch. You have to click in the edit button, and that's where all your other options are in. Oh, sound. That might help. There you go. So yeah, there you go. Huawei shares like when you use your phone with your TV wirelessly. You have an option with do it per cable with a USB-C to HDMI, but I never used that feature because I don't need my phone to be a computer. And what I have not honestly tested is the Dolby Atmos. I mean, it's always active, so I guess if it's active, you have better sound and speakers, which is good. And for a Chinese phone, which is great, has NFC. So all your payments through NFC or whatever you want to do with speakers, headphones that you have automatically connected to NFC, you can do with that phone as well. You have your flashlight, where I can just blind you real quick. Screen recorder, which is definitely a great feature. There's your wireless projection if you need that if you want to like watch a video on your TV or on your smart TV, you just click that. You good to go on that part. Let's see what else. Wireless and networks, kind of self-explanatory. Here's your dual SIM settings. As you can see, I only have SIM number 1. I have it on T-Mobile, and as you can tell, it has 4G LTE right there. Yes, I'm on Wi-Fi, but 4G LTE works. And it only works on T-Mobile and AT&T. This is a GSM phone only. Tethering, no, I don't care about that. Alright, there you go. That's that. Device connectivity, you have Bluetooth, NFC, which I never use that. Huawei Share, which I guess, yeah, you can have an online printer, which I don't have. And you can share files on your PC if you want to. Home screen, this is probably one of my favorite features too. If I were you guys, I would highly recommend the magazine unlock thing, because every time it's locked. Okay, I'm having my face here. That has face recognition. Okay, see how wide angle this camera is? I'm not even looking at it. Like, see, like right now it's this wallpaper, but then when I click it, it's this. It always changes your wallpaper whenever you lock it and unlock it. Now watch this. I'll look on the phone. I mean, technically I don't have to click watch, so I just have my phone down here. It's locked. I'm not gonna use my fingerprint sensor. I just lift it. Bomb. See? That's another great feature or convenient feature is the facial recognition. Yes, it's not the iPhone Face ID or whatever they call it, or that Samsung used to do with the S9, the iris sensor. It's just a Face ID or face recognition, as Android calls it. And yeah, it's not the safest, but it's more like a convenient. If you want to be safe, obviously use the fingerprint sensor in the back, which clearly works. Like just locked, boom. See, it's so fast. It's crazy. And yeah, just got a notification in. So yeah, the 3 weeks I use this phone, I honestly have no complaints at all. There might be some minor ones, such as sometimes this phone is too big when it comes to pockets. But again, I love big phones, and that's a trade I would like to do. The Nano SD card slot by Huawei, which is proprietary. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I still have like 60 gigs left of storage, so I'm not really in need of it right now. But it would be nice to have a micro SD card, but that's just Huawei making more money. And yeah, the wireless charging, it's not a big deal because I have a charging station that uses cables anyway, so it's not a big deal for me personally. And yeah, other than that, and the accessories department, that's probably the one that I dislike the most. Is there's not many accessories specifically for this phone. So, but at the same time, when you buy this phone, you know what you're getting yourself into with this big display. And I got it for $800, but now it's down to $730 because they're getting closer to release a 5G version of this, which means this version I have, which is just a regular 4G LTE version, keeps on dropping in price. So I'll try to link the this phone down in the description. And thank you guys for watching. And I will make another video going into detail with all the software features you can do. So yeah, that's it. See ya.